Latin American migrants in Washington, D.C. line up to send money home. A few dollars to help family members left behind. A few dollars that, when added together across the U.S., are expected to reach a record-breaking $45 billion this year, according to a recent report from the Inter-American Development Bank.
It turns out that remittances to Latin America are more than all of the foreign direct investment and all of the official development assistance, all the foreign aid combined. These are enormous flows, and they support tens of millions of families.
In countries like El Salvador, 1 in 4 people receive remittances. Like Ana Cortez, she gets $200 a month from her children in the United States, money that she spends on necessities.
That's not a bad word, that's an important thing. But 15 to 20% is available for savings, investing in a small business, providing education, if you give them an opportunity to save.
But most banks in Latin America are content to simply dole out the sums received, doing little to encourage poor people to open savings accounts.
One of the causes of poverty is the lack of access to wealth generation. And you don't generate wealth just through employment, but through asset building. And you build assets through financing, through credit.
More remittances saved in banks would also mean more money to loan to others to start businesses or pay for school fees. And in the case of remittances pouring into Latin America, that could add up to as much as $10 billion for local investment and economic growth. But getting banks involved and providing services to rural communities has been a stumbling block, which is why the Inter-American Development Bank teamed up with IFAD, the UN's rural poverty specialists.
We believe financial services is one of the main assets that would sort of help people overcome poverty. Linking financial institutions together will sort of enhance that possibility.
Encouraging microfinancial institutions, small banks and credit unions like this one in Washington, D.C., to link to others in remote corners of Latin America has helped aid the flow of money to places like Tranalagua in El Salvador. Rosalia Benitez does not receive money from abroad, but most of her neighbors do. And since many have opened savings accounts with a local bank, the same small bank has enough in reserve to give Rosalia a loan, which she invests in rabbit farming. The income she earns helps to support her family and gives Rosalia one more reason not to migrate north. For CNN World Report, I'm James Here of IFAD TV.